Hi, my name is Angelica, and this is the Angelica Unfiltered channel where I chat about stuff and things that I can't say because I don't want to get in trouble. In this video, I wanted to react to a content creator of the name of Hannah Talks Bodies. Hannah has not posted on TikTok or Instagram since 2023, but you bet your happy ass I will still be speaking about her because she is gone quite viral a handful of times because of the dumbass fat liberation shit that she said. And in case you don't know who I'm speaking about, this is her. I feel like the blue hair was kind of like more of iconic for her, so you might recognize her with that hair color instead. But Hannah is a therapist, activist, and educator. She speaks on fat liberation, health justice, and everything she says is not medical advice. There is this phenomenon I see in the fat acceptance community where a handful of activists are actually therapists. So they have their master's degree in counseling. Some of them have their master's in social work. But one thing holds true for all of them. This holds true to people in the fat acceptance community, but I truly believe anyone that has studied substance abuse, psychology, therapy, counseling, social work, you are either fucked in the head or you know someone that is fucked in the head. And that is true for myself. In case you guys did not know, I have my degree in psychology. I worked in homeless services as well as the mental health and substance abuse field. I used to do rehab assessments for people with substance abuse issues. So basically, I would assess them to see if they needed like inpatient, outpatient, individual therapy, etc. And then I used to run a program for people going through their first episode of psychosis. And that holds true to me. I'm fucked in the head too, but doing much better than before. I fucking see PTSD, and my dad is an alcoholic. My sisters also have severe mental health issues. Everyone in my family has problems with eating, as well as many other diagnoses, personality disorders, depression, anxiety, you name it. That was in my household growing up. And I think a lot of people study, psychology, mental health, counseling, etc., because they want to know how the human mind works, obviously, but it's because they have been affected or have some sort of psychological issue that they're dealing with, and they kind of want to figure out why they are the way that they are or why people are the way that they are.
Which is not automatically a bad thing, but if you have not worked through your own trauma or health issues, your personal emotions and bias can easily slip into your professional work. When I worked in the mental health and substance abuse field, it was extremely draining. I was not doing well myself. And being around people struggling with addiction constantly triggered me. It showed me how important it is to be genuinely healed, or at least actively healing, when your job is to support others. This is why I feel that therapists or dietitians who are heavily involved in fat acceptance activism are often not in a place to truly help their clients if they have not faced their own mental and physical health struggles, or if they do not see their own unhealthy habits as an issue, they cannot offer the level of care people with similar challenges actually need. I just think a lot of people jump into this line of work because they think it will heal something within themselves, and it often ends up hurting them or other people.
I'm going to react to a handful of her most viral videos. I just filmed another video and it was like almost an hour long, and I'm like, okay, how am I going to post all this reacting this shit if everything I film is a million years long? So maybe only 2 or 3 for her. But before I get into this, it's kind of hard to see because I wanted to get my freaking headband in frame. I'm wearing the Cosmic Candy necklace, which is almost sold out. And then I'm wearing the Estrella Moonstone Huggy Hoops for some festive, whimsical holiday vibes. You can use code MAGIC to save 15% off, but let's get to Hannah. This headband is like about to fall off. It's not very sturdy. Do not recommend. It's very top heavy. Unlike myself, I'm very bottom heavy with my apron belly fupa. Caption of this video says, why provide medical care when you can shrink your responsibilities instead? This is one of her most viral videos, sitting at 1.6 million views.
It just dawned on me how many people don't understand how rarely fat people actually receive evidence-based medicine from doctors.
She's mad that she's been told to lose weight. Go on.
One time, I went in for an ear infection and the doctor told me to lose weight. You know what thin people get? Antibiotics.
See, the thing is, like, I literally cannot even believe the things that people in the fat acceptance community say without, like, a video recording of the incident, because they give a grain of the truth whenever they tell a story. Yeah, their doctor is probably like, yeah, okay, so you have an ear infection. Here's some ear drops, but maybe in the future you should also consider wanting to lose weight because obesity also compromises your immune system. So it's something to think about in the future. Or if she's seeing her general practitioner and she's been with them for fucking 10 years and she gains 30 pounds every time she comes into the office, her doctor's probably fed up with the BS. Or the doctor probably literally just said, oh, it looks like you've gained weight. They just like exaggerate everything.
One time I found a lump and I made an emergency appointment to get a cancer screening. It was at an OBGYN, and as soon as the doctor walked in, he didn't look at me, he didn't introduce himself, he looked at my chart and he said, "You'd have an easier time getting pregnant if you lost weight."
I'm sorry. I know we should believe women, but I just have a hard time believing people in the fat acceptance community. Do we believe like the doctor actually said this to her? Or was the doctor like, hey, did you know that being super morbidly obese is bad for you? And that visceral fat is hormonally active and excretes estrogen? Did you know that when you're super morbidly obese as a woman, you're more likely to develop certain cancers?
I told him, "I'm not here for fertility treatment, I'm here for a cancer screening." And he said, "Oh, okay," and started the appointment, never said sorry. And
I mean, not to side with the doctor, but most women are going to the OGBYN for fertility treatment or stuff with their ovaries. So maybe he was just kind of on autopilot and has already seen 12 super morbidly obese women with those issues today. So he wasn't really thinking her appointment was anything different.
I would need to make a 20-part series for the saga I went through last year when I needed spinal surgery for a lifelong spinal defect that had nothing to do with my weight.
Let me guess, you've been fat your entire life. Whether she likes to admit it or not, your weight has effects on your fucking health, especially your bones. My freaking elf hat's gonna jingle off. I'm a naughty elf Santa. And guess what? Spine surgery is already like very intense and scary as it is. It's a very risky procedure. Let alone you being super morbidly obese on top of it is probably even more dangerous because it is even more risky for a fat person to go under anesthesia because they're less likely to wake up from it, because they're more likely to have complications. Since they already are so morbidly obese, they have problems with breathing and they have already so much pressure on their heart. There is an extra risk when they're under anesthesia. Like, I just can't, but like, the delusion. Science doesn't matter, only emotions. Wham, 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 the doctor hurts my feelings. Insert reason 4,972 of why my weight has nothing to do with my health.
And this is the norm. It's typical for this to happen.
I'm just also astonished at how often people in the fat acceptance community go to the doctor. Like, these motherfuckers have like 500 different stories of like how their doctor said something fat phobic to them. And I'm like, I think I've been to the doctor maybe 20 times in the last 5 years, and that counts all of my psychiatry appointments. Because I'm on methamphetamines, so I have to see my psychiatrist every 3 months if I would like a refill on my extended release Adderall. Because when you're prescribed a controlled substance, you have to see your doctor more regularly to make sure you're not getting addicted to your prescription medications. And like, this is coming from someone that I have multiple mental health issues. I have an autoimmune disorder, birth defects. I don't go to the doctor that often, and I have insurance that can cover my visits. I go yearly for a checkup, maybe like an urgent care moment once a year, you know, when I'm feeling a little bit sick or get like a weird rash. And then when I see my psychiatrist every 3 months. I mean, I did have to start seeing a vascular specialist for the gnarly varicose vein in my leg, but I'm like, I'm not going to the doctor every fucking 2 weeks like people in the fat acceptance community are. They are like hypochondriacs, but also at the same time do nothing to make sure that they're in prime physical condition. And believe me, I used to be in a lot of pain when I was 272.8 pounds. Used to see a freaking chiropractor for back and neck pain. Lost some weight. Haven't had an issue with that since. Stopped getting my bones cracked. And feel better than ever. Couldn't tell you the last time I had back pain. And I'm still obese. Weighed in at 184.6 today. Once I hit 180, I'll no longer be obese. Losing weight has helped my back. And I forget what it's called, a transsegment. One of my vertebrae is like attached to my hip when it's not supposed to be. I'll put a picture on the screen. And I have that. I used to have chronic back problems. I used to not be able to like fucking halfway bend over. Lost weight, no problem. No more back pain, no more neck pain. Gone.
Story time. I've talked before on this page about how I have severe chronic back pain,
which has nothing to do with your weight, right? Continue.
That I've had since I was like 5 years old.
Me too, because I also have a back birth defect. I also have a shoulder one too. My shoulder doesn't sit in the socket right, so sometimes it pops out of place and I get paralyzing pain that makes me feel like I'm gonna fucking throw up.
And I have done everything imaginable to try to fix this.
Except lose weight. Carry on. I don't know why I have the giggles right now.
Including having a breast reduction.
Well, the frickin' 20 pounds of fat that you got removed from your tits probably won't do much when you have 200 pounds of visceral fat sitting on your fucking belly.
Now, that might be hard to believe given that I currently have huge boobs, but believe it or not, 6 years ago I did in fact undergo a breast reduction.
And your boobs probably got bigger because you gained weight.
When I had my first appointment with my surgeon, she asked me what size I wanted my breasts to be, and I told her that I wanted C cups, which was a significant reduction. And she was very surprised by this. She said, "Oh no, that's way too small. Given your weight, that won't look good on you."
Because your boobs are going to be flat, and then your fupa is going to stick out about 3 feet more.
And I told her, I don't care, I'm trying to alleviate my back pain.
Well, maybe when she's doing your breast reduction, she can give you some liposuction too.
And she sort of let it go for the time being. Then, on the morning of my surgery, she was taking care of all the final details before I got wheeled into the operating room, and she asked me again to confirm what size I wanted. And I told her again, C cups. And she literally responded the exact same way she did before, as if that conversation never happened.
Well, she probably is trying to watch her ass because she doesn't want you to be pissed off when you wake up.
She dove into her whole diatribe about how it wouldn't look proportional and it wouldn't be attractive.
Because your fupa is going to stick out 3 feet more than your tits. And she doesn't want to hear you complain about it.
And again, I told her, I don't care. That's not why I'm doing this. So anyway, when I woke up from surgery, I had double Ds.
How do you know that?
Because my pain and my health were not as important to this doctor as my attractiveness.
No, your doctor was probably scared that you didn't understand what a C cup was, and she was trying to watch her ass because she didn't want you to be pissed off about your results. Because it's always easier to take more away than to add it back on. And also, like, how did you know that you got a double D? To know your breast size, you have to measure your waist. You have to measure your waistband and then measure around your boobs to see the difference. When I got it fitted in April, I was a 40D. So depending on like what her band size, a double D might not look that big. I love the somber look at the end.
Last year, I got married, and like most people do, we hired a wedding photographer. One day, we had a meeting to talk about the wedding, and after we got done talking about that, she said that she was actually in the process of getting into boudoir photography, and she very, very nervously asked me if I would be interested in being her first subject. And she clearly didn't think I was going to say yes, but before she could even finish, I was
She clearly didn't think I would say yes, but she asked me otherwise. Why would she ask you to be a fucking model if she didn't want to do that for you?
like, yes, yes, oh my god, yes. So the day came, I got my hair done, I got my makeup done, I made a playlist with absolute bone jams that made me feel super powered and
Bone jams? What?
amazing. And when I got there, she clearly felt like she needed to like coddle me or encourage me, and I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. Is it okay?
Yeah. I'm like already so confident. Like, you don't have to be nice to me. Like, I'm fat and beautiful. Don't worry about me. This is her first Boudoir photo shoot as a photographer. She's probably just trying to do things that she thinks is right. And also, like, most women aren't comfortable just walking around in their fucking panties in front of a stranger, so she's just trying to be hashtag supportive.
I'm like dead ass naked. Like I brought some outfits too, but I would like to be like completely naked. And she was fine with that. When the photo shoot was over, she asked me if I was planning on giving the pictures to my husband as a gift, to which I said, no.
Like, why would you ask that?
I told her that when she approached me with this idea, I saw it as an opportunity. I told her that as a fat woman, I wanted to teach her by example how to treat other fat women in this space.
Shut the fuck up. I did this so she knows how to be respectful towards other plus size fat women that are going to potentially be her clients in the future. The righteousness. I mean, she is an educator. Her bio said she's an educator. She was trying to educate this photographer, even though she was just asking for a model. She got a lesson on inclusivity.
All right, we've talked about the things you should do. Now let's talk about the things you should not do if you want to be an ally to your fat friends.
An ally, because fat people are discriminated against. They're a minority. They're constantly being oppressed. All right, let me copy link so I can send this to my husband and my 4 friends.
Don't criticize yourself by calling yourself fat, and especially don't do this in front of actual fat people.
This will be triggering to fat people because you are skinny, and if you think that you are fat, you think that I'm fatter because I'm actually 200 pounds heavier than you. And when you think fat, ugly, smelly, stupid, ugly, lazy, unemployed loser. So when you call yourself that, you are calling me what much worse.
It's incredibly painful for your fat friends to see you use
Your fat friend Aubrey Gordon, shout out. She's my fat foe. Don't say that fucking name around here.
their body type as your measurement of failure.
Shut up. Like, shut up. Well, if you didn't identify as fat, then you wouldn't give a flying fuck if someone says they feel fat. Yesterday, my husband said that he was fat as fuck, and I didn't say anything. I was like, period. If you feel like that, then you are. I'm not going to tell you how to feel. If you're so detached from beauty standards and society and fat, like it's just a neutral descriptor to you, then why do you care if someone else calls themselves fat, even if they're not?
Also, don't say you feel fat. Fat is not a feeling, physical or emotional. It's a body size.
Oh my God, remember that one video we reacted to in the second to last fat acceptance compilation? They're like, fat is like a noun. It's just like something on your body. You don't say you feel kidney or you feel ear. Fat is not a feeling. I feel so liver right now, guys. Don't I look so liver? I look so liver slay.
What people often mean when they say they feel fat is that they feel full or uncomfortable or they're having a hard body image day. Please just say what you really mean.
Well, maybe they feel fat because they ate as much as you did for lunch.
Here's the controversial one. Don't post pictures of you posing yourself into a position that gives you like 2 rolls with a caption about how you understand fat phobia.
No one is doing that. None of my normal friends are doing that. No one is doing that shit unless they're trying to get clout from the body positivity community.
When we know you are thin.
Yeah. You cannot have a fat roll if you are skinny. If your skin or your little body fat folds over on itself when you're sitting down, don't take a picture of that. No. You're appropriating my culture. No.
Unless you're denied access to health insurance, life insurance, medical care, jobs, travel, clothing, and more, our struggles are not the same.
The Kendrick Lamar song, they not like us, they not like us, they not like us. That's Hannah Talks Bodies when someone does culture appropriation of fatness.
Oh, what's this? A comprehensive long-term study with excellent methodology about the relationship between weight behaviors and health? Let's talk about it. In this study, researchers looked at 11,761 cisgendered men and women of varying ages, races, and weights. They asked the subjects to engage in some combination of 4 different.
Okay, but how was the data taken? Were the scientists taking the data, or was it all like self-reporting?
Let's talk about it. In this study, researchers looked at 11,761 cisgendered men and women of varying ages, races, and weights. They asked the subjects to engage in some combination of 4 different health-promoting behaviors, and the health of the subjects was tracked for an average of 170 months, which is about 14 years of data collected per person.
Did the scientists collect the data, or was it self-reported?
The 4 health-promoting behaviors were 5 or more servings of fruits and veggies per day, exercising more than 12 times per month, limiting alcohol up to 1 drink per day for cis women and up to 2 drinks per day for cis men, and not smoking at all. And just want to point out that these are not healthy habits for everyone. I have chronic pain, and exercising 12 times per month would be excruciating.
That's 3 times a week. I think you could figure out some sort of fucking exercise you could do.
Or also there are people with digestive diseases for whom eating 5 servings of fruits and veggies per day would cause a lot of damage. So these are very general.
How common is that?
Concepts. Now let's get to those results. On this graph, the vertical axis is health hazards. So the taller the bar, the more health risks there are. And then the horizontal axis is how many of the 4 behaviors were adopted. And you can see here that the participants were divided into 3 categories based on their BMI. Now, BMI is trash, but since
Yeah. We don't do the BMI because it's racist or whatever.
that's what they use, those are the words we have to use in order to talk about this study.
Yeah. BMI doesn't matter. Being obese is a slur.
So the lightest colored bar represents people in the quote normal weight category. The middle bar is people in the quote overweight category. And then the darkest bar is for people in the quote obese category.
Quote unquote obese. They don't identify with that word.
So you can see here in this first section where none of the health promoting behaviors are being utilized that there was a big difference in health hazards between the 3 weight categories.
What would you know? Because being obese is horrible for you.
And to be clear, that doesn't mean that weight is causing that difference.
No. They just happen to be overweight or obese, and that's why it's so much higher than the healthy weight category.
That difference can also be caused by the fact that fat people are denied medical care.
Yeah. They're being discriminated against. That's why they're almost 3 times as unhealthy as a normal weight person.
Or receive far worse care when we do get medical care. Or the fact that fat people experience immense stress from all the stigma and prejudice we face.
True. It has nothing to do with their lifestyle habits. Let's not take accountability for anything.
Regardless, what you can see here is that after only 1 health-promoting behavior is adopted, the health risks both dropped and compressed between all of the BMI categories dramatically.
Wow, doing healthy things makes you healthier. Who would have thought?
And by the time we get to all 4 health-promoting behaviors, not only are the health risks extremely low for everyone, but there is virtually no difference in the health risks between all 3 different weight categories, despite the fact that the weight of the participants did not change. Weight is a terrible predictor of health, and every single time we study other factors like genetics, environment, and behavior,
Since I believe in science, I decided to pull up the article for the research from National Library of Medicine. When stratified into normal weight, overweight, and obese groups, all groups benefited from the adoption of healthy habits with the greatest benefit seen to those being obese. But you see how the dangers of being obese got lesser when they participated in healthy habits? I don't know why that is so fucking groundbreaking to someone. Like, there was this video I watched, it was like of a cardiologist, and they were like, if you worked out and had any sort of vice If someone smoked cigarettes versus someone that smoked cigarettes and worked out, the one that worked out would be healthier. Someone that's obese versus someone that's obese that works out, the obese person that works out would be healthier. No shit, Sherlock. I would also love to see if any of these people lost weight over time, or if scientists were actually making these reports. Like, there's so much more that goes into just a fucking study than someone being like, yep, you see that? Fat people are healthy, it says right here, because they did 4 healthy habits. Okay, well, this was only over 17 years. What if these people were young? What if they started when they were 21 years old when the study started, and then they're only 40? And then how obese are they? Are they like, I'm obese, I'm 185 pounds. I'm obese. Are they this obese, or are they 300 pounds obese? Like, there's just so much that fucking goes into the study, and it's almost like every fat person in the fat acceptance community is always like, yep, you see this? This study said it was okay to be fat, so I'm not going to do anything about my unhealthy eating habits. They're just looking for confirmation biased. No, oh, you see this study said 95% of diets fail. I can't lose weight. Like, we get it. You don't even want to fucking try, so you're just searching on the internet webs to give you another excuse to add to the roster, even though you have about 3,000 that you use on your regular rotation. It's just like, bitches will do anything except lose weight and eat a little less. It's literally, they will come up with the most extravagant excuse just so they don't have to eat a little bit less. Guys, I have lost almost 90 pounds. I don't eat perfect. Oh my god, if Honey Bison saw what I ate, she'd probably fucking smack me upside the head, because she always talks about how it's important to eat whole food. It's about the motherfucking calories. No shit. So the healthy lifestyle habits are, let me pull it up. The lifestyle habits are eating fruits and vegetables, exercising 12 times a month, not being an alcoholic, and not smoking. Did you guys know that the sky is fucking blue? Did you know that humans breathe oxygen? Whoa, someone partaking in healthy habits makes them healthier? No shit, Sherlock. Like, this is groundbreaking to you guys? And this woman has a master's degree and is helping people with their body image issues and is a therapist. No critical thinking skills at all. None. While eating nutritious fruits and vegetables that give you all the vitamins and minerals that you need. Exercising regularly 12 times a month, which is 3 times a week. Not being an alcoholic and not smoking. Those 4 healthy habits makes your life better. And we had to do a study to show that. Wow. We had to do a study to show people that doing healthy things makes you healthier. Should we make someone become an alcoholic so it could show you fucking bird brains that it's not good? Conclusion. Healthy lifestyle habits are associated with decrease in mortality regardless of the BMI. All groups benefited from the adoption of healthy lifestyle habits, with the greatest benefit seen within the obese group. So look at the healthy weight. It's like ratio 2, and then when they did 4 healthy lifestyle habits, what is that? It went down to 1. It went in half. And then for the obese people, it started at 6.5, and once they did 4 healthy lifestyle habits, it went down to 1. Their life got significantly better when they started partaking in healthy habits. You see that? Guys, it's okay to be fucking 350 pounds if you eat vegetables, you work out, you're not an alcoholic, and you don't smoke. I hope you're not as mind-boggled as this woman right now, because I kind of want to strangle you because you're so dumb, but it might kill off the rest of your fucking brain cells. Alrighty, let me know if you have any brain cells left after reading that study with Hannah. I'm sure millions of people watched that TikTok of hers and just jumped with joy after they found some confirmation bias so they can continue to gorge themselves on fucking McDonald's fish fillets and a large fry after every shift at work because their life's so hard they just needed to treat themselves. And my freaking headband keeps sagging. If you've made it this far, leave lots of cute blue emojis for Hannah's cute blue hair. I think she's a really cute, beautiful girl. It's just unfortunate that she's a health at every size, body liberation, fat activist therapist. I hope all of her clients fire her and seek proper treatment because God knows she's not giving it to them. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video. And if you enjoy me, consider subscribing. I would love to see you back here again. And I hope you watch all of my other Reactimus content. I'm posting every day until Christmas. So watch all my videos, bitch. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Peace.